Ever wondered where the best stationery stores in New York are? In this video, I'm going to show you my top picks. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Joanne, an interior designer based in Hong Kong. As a designer, I love creating, from drawing and painting to journaling and memory keeping. This practice is a large part of my creative process by not only inspiring me, but allowing me to get my ideas and thoughts on paper. Everything I create starts with notes or drawings with pen and paper. And for me, having great stationery puts me in a creative state of mind. But if you're like me and a stationery lover, you're in the right place. This is a second in a series of videos on stationery stores from around the world. In the first video, I visited London. You'll find a link somewhere up here, and I'll have videos for Sydney, Seoul, Melbourne, Florence, Hong Kong, of course, and Tokyo coming up. So make sure you subscribe and get notified when they are ready. When visiting a city as large as New York, it's hard to go everywhere, especially if you're traveling. So I'm only going to highlight the stores that you absolutely can't miss. However, if you think I've missed somewhere, please leave a comment in the description so I can check it out when I'm next in New York City. So let's get started. First up, I headed to GreenPoint in Brooklyn to visit Yoseka Stationery. I don't know Brooklyn well, so getting there by subway was an adventure to say the least. Anyway, I made it. GreenPoint seemed a bit off the beaten track, but by the time I got there, it was late afternoon. Yoseka has been around since 2017. One of their founders' family business was a stationery store in Taiwan, and they had the idea of introducing Asian stationery to New York. For some reason, I thought that Yoseka was going to be a lot larger than it was. Their online store is extensive. They are an official traveler's notebook supplier and stock limited edition items such as charms and special edition notebooks. So if you're a fan, make sure you get the official stamp. Yoseka stands out for their welcoming shopping experience. The best part of the store was the large central table that they use so that their customers can actually try pens and notebooks. I was also impressed by the ink selection, and if you don't want to commit to a whole bottle, you're able to purchase samples. Again, this is not very usual. They have a good selection of fountain pens online, but when I got there didn't seem to be a lot on display. So I had gone there thinking I'd buy an Esterbrook fountain pen, but the staff was so busy I didn't get an opportunity to ask. However, I did hear the staff serve other customers, and they were extremely knowledgeable about pens and paper. I first heard about Yoseka because I was looking to buy a plotter notebook. So I purchased 2 plotters online, a small passport-sized one and an A5 version, as well as some refills and accessories. And as you can see, they come in a selection of leathers. However, Yoseka carries the most popular colors. And talking about notebooks, Yoseka is one of the main stockists in the US for Hobonichi planners and notebooks, but I think stock sells out quickly, so I check their website and order online. So at the end of my shopping, I picked up my plotter order, I ordered a few ink samples, and I purchased some stickers. You'll find Yoseka Stationery at 63 West Street, GreenPoint in Brooklyn. Next up is Goods for the Study. Goods for the Study has 2 locations, one in West Village and one in Soho. If you can choose only one, I'd head to the West Village store. This one is much larger, and if you're in the mood to buy a notebook, this is the store to head to. The tables are organized by color, which makes an attractive arrangement so long as you know what color you're looking for. Stock a huge selection from brands like Moleskine, Penco, Marks, Rollband, as well as brands that are less well known. I think they have a mix of Japanese and American brands. Like Yoseka, they have a space for testing pens, so this must be a New York thing. The West Village store had a comprehensive display case of fountain pens. I ended up buying a TWSBI Diamond Eco 580. I was impressed by the selection of pen pouches and accessories, and there were some great designs, but I managed to restrain myself. I ended up picking up a couple of tapes, the pen, and a small tester set of Ferris wheel press inks as I had run out of ink. Another standout was the great selection of greeting cards, which I love to collect and give to my friends and family. This is the place to go to if you are interested in finding the perfect notebook or you need a greeting card. You'll find Goods for the Study in West Village, 50 West 8th Street. And you'll find the second location at 234 and 236 Mulberry Street in Soho. We're going to head back uptown to near Bryant Park to Kinokinuya. And if you don't know, Kinokinuya is one of the largest bookstores in Japan. So even though it's a less than delightful shopping experience, it's the place to head if you're interested in art and design books, Japanese manga, anime toys, plus a very large range of inexpensive Japanese stationery. And if you don't have a Kinokuniya near you and you're in the market for Japanese pens, pencils and erasers, and basic stationery like campus notebooks and folders, you'll find what you need at a really great price. You'll find Kinokinuya at 1073 6th Avenue, New York City. It's opposite Bryant Park. Surprisingly, for such a large city, it was difficult to find stores that had truly original stock. I was looking for cool US manufactured things or vintage items other than cards and graphic items. I just couldn't find them in stores. But there's nothing like being able to feel and touch and experience a product. That's my roundup of the best stores in New York. Yoseka Stationery is online and the site is really great, so make sure that you check that out. Goods for the Study also has a small site, but if you're looking for the best range of notebooks that I've ever seen, I would take a trip in person when you're next in New York. As I mentioned before, if you want to see what the stationery world has to offer, make sure that you subscribe. Seoul is up next. I hope you'll come along and share my adventures. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.